Hello everyone, I'm Sophia and I want to share my story with you. I live with my father-in-law. I used to be married to Matthew, the man I loved, and we thought we would have a perfect life together. However, as life often unfolds, destiny had an unusual twist for me. Our marriage, which was supposed to be a perfect union of love, turned out to be quite the opposite. I found myself facing a big betrayal, not only from the man I had loved with all my heart, but also from my mother-in-law. Today, I'm going to tell you all about it. My story is a mix of good times and bad, love and heartbreak, and how I found my inner strength. We had just gotten married and we were starting our life together. My husband and I lived in my house, which was important to me because I have always liked being independent and having my place. My parents lived in a different country and I came to the United States to study and find a good job. I found a good job and started saving money to buy a house. After we got married, my husband moved in with me. His parents lived in another state, so we did not see them much, just on occasional visits or phone calls. One evening, while we were having coffee after work, my husband's phone rang. It was Linda, my mother-in-law. I suggested Matthew put the call on speaker so I could talk too. "Hello, son. Can you please come here?" "Mom, are you okay? What happened all of a sudden?" "Richard has not been feeling well lately, and today he lost consciousness. We rushed him to the hospital and the doctor said he needed surgery." "Oh my God, Linda, why did you not tell us about this earlier?" "I thought it was not that serious. Could you both please come? I cannot handle this alone." Linda was very upset and needed our help. My father-in-law, Richard, was a great person and meant a lot to me. We were really worried, so we quickly decided to go visit them. "Do not worry, Mom. We will be there by tomorrow. Until then, take care and let us know if you need anything." "Okay, son. I'll be waiting for you both." We hung up the call, booked our tickets, and started packing. Matthew was visibly upset. "It is going to be okay, Matthew. Richard is going to be just fine." "I miss him. The surgery is going to cost a lot, and I do not even have any savings." "Don't worry about that. I have some savings put away." "Thank you, Sophia." The next day, we set out to visit my in-laws. We went to the hospital. Linda was sitting there very tense. As soon as she saw us, she hugged Matthew and started crying. "It is okay, Mom. Everything is going to be all right." "Yes, Linda, don't worry." We met the doctor and he told us to proceed with the required surgery. "Son, the surgery is needed. Do you have any savings?" "Don't worry, Linda. We will take care of that." The surgery was scheduled for the next day. It went well, but Richard was not completely cured. The doctor told us to take care of him for the next few months. Richard was discharged and we came home. "Thank you for all the help, Matthew and Sophia. I would not have been able to handle all of this alone." "It is okay, Linda. Call us whenever you need us." "We will leave tomorrow, Mom. Keep us posted." "Sure, son." The next day, we were about to leave, but something unexpected happened. Suddenly, Linda fell and became unconscious. "Mom! Mom, what happened?" We tried to wake her up. After some time, she regained her senses. "Are you okay, Linda?" "Oh, I'm feeling a little weak." "Oh, Mom, it looks like you're stressed out." "Yes, for the past few days it has been incredibly stressful. I don't know if I'll be able to take care of Richard in this condition." "Mom, I wish I could stay for a few more days. Should we arrange for some help?" "But Matthew, we can't just trust an outsider. And I think Linda also needs rest." "Then what should we do?" "Should we stay here until both of them recover?" "Sophia, your job is remote, but my office will not allow that." "Oh, you're right. Let me stay here, and when Richard is completely fine, I will come back." "Are you sure, Sophia?" "Yes, Linda. I'll take care of both of you." That will be too much for you. Let us do one thing. I will go with Matthew, and as soon as I'm well, I will come back here. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Sophia. I will miss you. Take care. Do not worry. We will be fine. Take care of Linda. We will meet soon. Matthew and Sophia left, and I was left there with Richard. Richard was like a father to me, and I wanted him to get well soon. I'm sorry, Sophia. Now you're stuck with me. I do not feel like I'm stuck, Richard. I want you to get well soon. I'll take care of you with all my heart. Thank you so much, Sophia. I took Richard home, and as per the doctor's suggestions, I started taking care of him with all my heart. I used to miss my husband, but Richard's health was our priority. Richard was not able to move his legs, so I used to massage his legs every night and take care of his balanced diet. I was trying to handle my work and Richard's health. In between, I used to talk to Matthew, who was also busy taking care of Linda. Sophia, can you help me sit up for a moment? I was in the kitchen cooking, and Richard called me. Usually, he just used to sit in a wheelchair and read, so I became a little tense. I went to his room running. He wanted me to adjust his wheelchair. Of course, Richard. Let me adjust your wheelchair. Richard's eyes were shining. This was not normal. Sophia, something feels different today. I want to try something. What is it, Richard? Richard gritted his teeth. He slowly attempted to move his legs. There was a glimmer of effort in his eyes. My heart raced as I watched him try. Richard, be careful. Don't push yourself too hard. Richard's legs quivered, and he managed to lift them ever so slightly. My eyes watched with hope and amazement. Richard, you're moving your legs. Richard continued to struggle, but finally, with a determined push, he attempted to stand. However, his legs gave up, and he fell back into the wheelchair. I tried, Sophia. I tried. Richard, you do not know how incredible that was. You have not been able to move your legs for so long, and today you made progress. It is a big step, and we will keep working on it together. You are making me so happy. A small smile crossed his face. Thank you, Sophia. Your support means the world to me. We will keep trying. One day, I believe, you will stand up on your own. The days passed, and I continued to work tirelessly with Richard on his physical therapy. We both knew that the road to recovery would be long and challenging, but we were determined to make progress. Richard, we have come a long way since that day you first moved your legs. You are getting stronger every day. His face reflected a mix of determination and gratitude. Sophia, I could not have done it without you. Your dedication and encouragement have been my greatest motivation. As days turned into weeks, his progress became more noticeable. With my support, he could now stand for short periods with the help of a walker. The once impossible dream of walking again was starting to feel like a real possibility. Richard, do you remember when you first tried to stand? Look at you now, standing strong with that walker. Yes, Sophia, and it is all because of you. You believed in me when I had doubts about myself. You have shown incredible strength and determination. I'm just grateful to be a part of your journey. One afternoon, as we continued the daily routine, something happened. Richard, with a resolute expression, took a hesitant step forward without the walker. His eyes filled with tears of joy. I gasped in astonishment. Richard, you just took a step. You were doing it. Sophia, I cannot believe it. I felt it. I felt it. We both shared a profound emotional moment celebrating this remarkable achievement. With time and continued effort, Richard's progress continued. Eventually, he was able to take a few unassisted steps. That was what I wanted. Richard, you're walking. You're doing it all on your own. Sophia, I could not have done it without you. You are my guardian angel. As Richard got better at moving around, we became even closer. My commitment and his determination showed how love and help can make a big difference. We both worked together to overcome the difficulties of his recovery one step at a time. As Richard was recovered now, it was time for me to go. I decided to give a surprise to Matthew. Richard, it has been an amazing journey, and I am proud of how much you have improved. I have some exciting news. What is the news, Sophia? Well, I'm going back home now. Matthew does not know I'm coming, and I want to surprise him. That's great, Sophia. You've been with me through it all. It is time for you to be with your husband and be happy. Thank you, Richard. I will always remember the time we spent together, and I will miss you. But I'm also eager to be with Matthew again. On the day I was leaving, Richard watched me pack my things. Sophia, you've been like a daughter to me during this time. I'll miss having you here, but I am happy for you and Matthew. Richard, you will always hold a special place in my heart. I will come to visit you. Matthew and Linda will be so happy to hear about your recovery. Later that day, I went home. Matthew and Linda were sitting on a couch, sipping coffee, unaware of my return. Surprise! I'm home, Matthew. Sophia, is that you? Matthew's face lit up with happiness as he hugged me tightly. Sophia, this is the best surprise ever. I've missed you so much. I miss you too, Matthew. It is great to be back home. Oh, Sophia, you are here. That means Richard. Yes, Linda, that is another big surprise. Richard is completely fine and waiting for you at home. Oh my God, Sophia, you are an angel. Thank you so much for everything. How are you, Linda? I'm fine. I will take a shower and rest for some time. Actually? What? Oh, nothing. I was asking about food. I'm fine with anything. Okay. I went to take a shower and noticed something different in the house, but I was too tired to figure out what it was. After emerging from the shower feeling refreshed, I noticed the empty bedroom. Where had all the furniture gone? I was surprised. Matthew? Linda? What happened to our furniture? Where is everything? Matthew and Linda exchanged glances, and I felt something was off. There was a hint of fear on their faces, and Matthew appeared uncomfortable. I grew concerned. Sophia, we need to talk. Talk? About what? Sophia, we had to do something while you were so busy taking care of Richard. What did you do, Linda? We sold the house, Sophia. Did they sell the house? It took some time for me to process what Matthew had just said. How could he do that? Sold the house? You sold our home without even discussing it with me? How could you, Matthew? Sophia, it was a good deal. We would not have gotten that afterward. We needed the money. Money for what? You did this for yourselves. Did you betray our trust for your gain? Come on, that home was in my son's name. We can do anything we want. And you have been so focused on Richard. That doesn't give you the right to make such a selfish decision without me. It was my home. I brought that home. My life, all gone. Sophia, we needed this change. It's for the best. You don't even care how I feel, do you? I made a mistake trusting you. You had a choice to include me in this decision, to respect my feelings. I cannot believe this, Matthew. It is done, Sophia. Where will I go now? We have bought a new place, but you are homeless now. What? Now it is not just about home. Our marriage was built on trust and communication, and you both just shattered that. My husband and my mother-in-law had betrayed me to a level I had never imagined. Just a few months ago, I had my own home, and now I was homeless. I had nowhere to go, and I had no savings. I asked a few friends for help, but I did not receive a positive response from anyone. Finally, I decided to stay with Richard temporarily and then search for a new place to live. I went back to Richard. He was surprised to see me. "Sophia, how come you're back?" "Richard, there's something I need to tell you. Matthew and Linda, they sold my house without telling me. I have nowhere to go, and I feel betrayed." "Sophia, I'm so sorry to hear that. I cannot believe they did this to you. You are family, and family should stick together." "I thought so too, Richard, but now I'm homeless and I do not know where to turn." "You do not have to worry, Sophia. You can stay here with me. This is your home as much as it is mine." "Thank you, Richard. Your kindness means the world to me. I promise I will not be a burden, and I will soon find a new place to live." "You have never been a burden, Sophia." The next day, I was crying in my bedroom when Richard came to me. "What is it, Richard?" "I need to tell you something, Sophia." "Yes." "Stop crying. You are not homeless. Matthew and Linda are." "What? But they sold my house and bought a new home for themselves to live in." Richard smiled at me and said, "Let's get started." In the next few minutes, whatever Richard told me was unbelievable. I was overjoyed, and I knew how to take my revenge. We carefully devised a plan. "I never thought my wife and son would go to this level for money, but we have to teach them a lesson." Richard dialed a number on his phone. It was his old friend from college. They talked about a plan, and Richard told him what to do. After a few minutes, Richard ended the call. In the meantime, Richard's phone buzzed, and it was Linda calling. He put it on speakerphone, knowing that whatever Linda had to say might be according to our plan. "Hi, dear. Sophia told us you are recovering well. Matthew and I are planning to visit you soon. You know, we will never go away from you." Richard could not help but burst into laughter at Linda's words. She got confused. "Richard, why are you laughing so hard?" "Linda, I did not realize that the woman I have been living with for so many years is so selfish, and dare I say, funny. Your tricks will not work here, Linda." "That's right, Sophia. We've got our surprises in store." As we kept laughing, it was obvious that things in our relationships had changed surprisingly, and a game had started. "So, you two are teaming up against me, Sophia? Did you go to my husband behind my back? That is disappointing." "She is my daughter. She helped me when I was very sick, and I appreciate her. What you and Matthew did to her was wrong, and you will learn from it." "Dad, I'm your son, don't forget that. I know you might be happy that your friend made us leave the house, but remember, we still have Sophia's house. We can buy it back if we want." "If you think it's that easy, then you can try, son." Matthew was angry and determined. "Well, if we are going to make amends, I need to start somewhere. Let me call the owner of Sophia's house." Matthew quickly dialed the number of the person who had bought my house, hoping to discuss the possibility of buying the house back. After a few rings, the person answers. "Hello, Matthew, how can I assist you today?" "Hi, I'm Matthew, and my mom and I used to live in the house that Sophia owned. I understand you're handling the property now, and I would like to discuss the possibility of buying it back." "I'm here to help, Matthew. However, I must inform you that I am just a representative. The house does not belong to me. I can provide you with the contact information of the real owner if you would like to discuss it with them directly." "Yes, please. I would appreciate that." The representative gave Matthew the real owner's contact information. Matthew tried to call the owner, but repeatedly got a busy signal. "What is wrong, Matthew?" "Ugh, his line's busy. I'll keep trying, but it might take some time to get through." He kept on trying. We felt bad for him as we knew his call would not get picked up. "Well, son, I think you should stop trying." "Wait, I'm not done yet." "I think you should listen to Richard, Matthew." "Why? Do you know this owner as well?" "No, I am the owner." "What? You cannot do that to us." "I knew when you were selling Sophia's house while she was taking care of me here. I even knew Linda was not sick. She just wanted to get away from my responsibility. I heard you both talking in the hospital. How could you be so selfish, Matthew? To your wife and dad? To a girl with a heart of gold?" "You cannot escape the consequences if you harm someone, Matthew. As soon as Richard found out that you were selling my house, he sent one of his employees to buy it." "And now you cannot buy it back, even if you offer double the amount." "Why did you do this, Linda and Matthew? I thought we were a perfect family." "Being greedy never helps, son. I wish your mom had also taught you that." Matthew and Linda finally realized the gravity of their mistake. They had lost everything they had, all because of their selfishness. "I'm sorry, Sophia. I was the reason Matthew agreed to sell the house. Please forgive us." "He is not a child, Linda. He broke my trust and our promise of love. I will never forgive him." "Sophia, please come back. I swear I'll never let you down again." I looked at Richard, seeking his guidance. "Think carefully before you trust them again, Sophia. Some people never change." "I know, Richard, which is why I am not going back to him. Never. I have my own home and a loving father. I do not need anything else. I want to stay away from selfish people." Matthew and Linda finally realized there was no point in arguing further. They had tried to make me homeless, and now they were the ones without a home. I ended the call and looked forward to starting a new chapter in my life, free from selfish people.